like the show.
Right.
I think that the show. I think one
Shit.
problem with the show, because I seen the audience and they were kind of just standing there. I think there wasn't enough like pyro and stuff like that, like and like pop, like flair,
Because it
like
was
actual visual flair. You know what I mean?
well, here's the
Big
thing.
stadium, big stadium, right? Real quick, and then go. Big stadium. I know there was a lot of messages going on, and I respect all that. But like even the Uncle Sam thing, like you could have had like some fireworks at one point going, and there needs to be some sort of theatrics because this is the Super Bowl. More visuals of loud visuals. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Would have gotten the crowd going a little bit more. What were you gonna say? I hope I didn't throw you off.
I think that would it. You're not wrong about any of that. However, it goes totally against the sole purpose of the message and event that he was portraying, as in it was basically a FU slap in the face to corporate media for it to have those things per usual. You get what I mean? So
no, it was definitely an F to the U to the to that. I get what you're saying. And I've seen tons of videos
totally
breaking down the whole
that
thing.
message if you have pyro and fire and flames, which we all always opposed to used to seeing. It's like almost like I want to say a catch-22. You have Kendrick Lamar, who's the hottest thing smoking. However, if you notice the selection of songs that he chose, it worked by design, and also Suda worked in his favor because certain songs that he could have used was from his previous label that he wasn't getting any kind of percentage from. Now he's with, the other new label.
That's why he didn't do like his big hits, like. But the thing is, I just feel like there's a time and place for everything, and yes, that's the big grand stage to do it and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But in the long run, does that overweigh just putting out an epic performance for the masses that people are talking about and being like, oh my God, who is this guy? I love him. You know what I mean? Versus him going so much with this artistry. And I guess you could respect that because it's like, oh, well, he didn't sell out, but you're at the Super Bowl. You're getting paid big effing money. You know what I mean? Right? I just feel like I understand what he did, but I do also think he should have just put together a show where he could have taken his career to like, that's a big deal to be at the Super Bowl, bro. Like, that's a big deal to be like, you're performing at the Super Bowl, and there were so many songs that are major commercials hits, right? That's where you're supposed to play those songs. You know what I mean? He played a lot of his new music, and
unreleased music too.
Yeah, I don't know if down the road this is going to be something that was worth doing or not worth. That's not even what I want to say. That's not even the right way to put it.
Jay-Z.
Explain. Talk more.
Jay-Z got him that spot at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah, and Jay-Z.
He's in bed with Goodall. He's in bed with Goodall. Like when you're in
okayed this performance clearly too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's in bed with Goodall. Who was the person that did the Super Bowl show last year? I rest my case. So
who was? I don't even remember. It was
Beyonce.
Great. Beyonce did the Super Bowl last year?
Yes.
I didn't even remember that.
Oh, that's crazy. And then fast forward to the Grammys.
That's what the masses want to see. And it's not. I'm not saying masses, aka white people. I'm saying people that aren't. I'm saying people that are maybe not into hip hop, or you know what I mean. But you gotta. People are going to the Super Bowl. They want to hear music they know. You know what I mean? It's like you ever go to a concert and not know the artist. It's not that fun, even if it sound good. It's not that fun. You don't know the words. You don't know none, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But
you're
you
standing
cannot.
there. You're like, oh, this is cool. But and that's a big reason why Mother Effers was standing still. I think too, because not everyone knew the new Kendrick joint. And if he played more of his hits, then people would have been doing more of this and less of this. You know what I mean?
Well, remember they couldn't play the main thing is he could not play any of the hits because
he
he
could,
was on another.
but he wasn't going to get the bread, right? Is that it?
Nah, it was a contract. Not an NDA, but he moved on from the label that he was on, and Jay-Z helped him get out of that label to be with this other label where now he would get, instead of 30/70 or 20/80, he gets a full 80. So think about the album that came out on this new label. He made more money with this album. And then think about the popularity and the rise, the implosion of that one song.
No,
that made more money. That made more money than any of the albums that he made from the previous record label that he was on, and ties into, Jay-Z putting him in the spot. That's why it was such a big controversy of a New Orleans native, Lil Wayne, got chopped because he wasn't relevant. There's no relevancy. And think about the demographic.
Because I said something, I posted something and I deleted it on my Instagram yesterday, and some of you may have noticed, some of you may not have. I had a major, I'm not going to say who it is, of course not, because he's a friend of mine, a major music star. I'm talking legend. Okay, I posted, we need Metallica next year at the Super Bowl. They're in San Francisco. This guy hit me up and said, do we really? After that, I deleted it. I said, wow, because there wasn't even a lot of comments. So I was like, oh, no one, I guess I'm out of touch. Because I was like, how is Metallica not gonna effing ever play at a Super Bowl? But I guess now it is shifting to not legends, but what's relevant. Is that where we're going now?
See what I'm saying? That's the problem. Think about this.
Let me ask you, Dels. It's a catch-22. You know why? Exactly. I don't mean to cut you off because it's just my memory very, very bad. It's a catch-22 because you have the young people that don't know about the old, right? And then you have the older people that don't know about the young, right? But the thing is, the old people, for a lot of the older people, are the ones that are going to these effing shows, these Super Bowls, because they got the money, right? A lot of young people getting money, right? But for the most part, if you looked at the crowd, there's a lot of older people in their 50s over there, right? Mm-hmm. So you to me personally, you got to book someone for the Super Bowl that is commercially known, a household name to a bigger demographic, age-wise. Has to be age-wise, because it's not. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, look at all these white people not into rap." Then why was it like that with Dr. Dre and Eminem and Snoop Dogg? That crowd, they had that crowd rocking
because Eminem was there.
No, they love Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
They love Snoop Dogg. They love Snoop Dogg, and they love Eminem, and they love Dr. Dre.
My dad's 92 years old. He know what.
There was no narrative, but you got to understand this. It's crazy that we having this rabbit hole and opening up a can of worms. But you got to understand, there was no narrative when that year was going on. That year they performed that halftime show. There was no narrative. The hottest thing smoking in music was Taylor Swift and Kendrick Lamar in 2024. And that is this Super Bowl and the last Super Bowl. Now, the way you said, so it has to do with relevancy and popularity now. Like the way you said that, Uh, I I stand with you. Like I stand right alongside you. That's not a rhetorical question that you asked. Like, unfortunately, it's now down to dollars and cents because Jay-Z orchestrated all of that. That's why
Yeah.
it was such a
He,
big
he
hoop.
he
So
changed the game
it
with this.
yes,
But
and it changed the game if it's for the better or if it's for the worse. Not all controversy sells. Do you want to be talked about bad or you want to be talked about good? Wouldn't matter. You're being talked about. But guess what was talked about that was a shame? You can answer this better than I do because this is your field of music. You have a hometown native by the name of Lil Wayne who has way more tracks than Kendrick Lamar, and that is his native land, his town, his state, his city,
I'm
and
still
got
mad about it.
snubbed.
I'm still
He
mad
got
about it.
like no, I don't feel in the way, but he
I
does.
do.
And I mean, like I feel that. No, I'm saying what I'm saying is he got jerked. He got
No,
he got screwed.
I'm actually tight that Little Wayne. And people are like, oh, Little Wayne can't even remember his music. Man, it's the Super Bowl, man. They piping in the music anyway. You know they were piping in all of that. They were piping in all of that cheering. That was
Yeah, they
WWE
WW.
piping.
We said it at the same time.
Uh-huh.
WWE,
They were
man.
piping in the cheering like it was WWE. B. That was not real cheering. You could
We
tell
said it at the
it
same
wasn't real
time.
cheering.
We said it at the same time. You're right, man.
High five. Show me high five. There you go.
Yo,
Yeah, they
that's
piped in
crazy.
that music, bro. So my whole thing though, I'm here. I just want to put a puppy pad down just to be careful because this girl just woke up.
Oh man, that's my dog, man. Dels is my dog, yo.
I
Dels
really
is my
think
dude.
that. I think that. But wait, hold up. Who should play at the Super Bowl next year?
Next year?
Chat. If this chat don't start writing some
Jelly
mother
roll.
effing names, I'm leaving.
Jelly roll.
Okay?
Jelly roll.
Jelly roll, I could see being perfect for this.
1,000,000%.
Jelly roll, 100%. And another thing, Kendrick needed right was guests besides SZA. I love SZA.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you just said.
Well, what I was saying with Jelly Roll could bring out a lot of guests because he has a lot of features. Kendrick, one thing that was needed was someone else on that stage with Kendrick, I think, besides SZA. He needed at least one more piece. Because even Beyonce and all these people bring out like one or two people. And SZA, yes, this is a monster. Post Malone would be good.
So think about another
and I'm
person.
not saying it because they white. I know I'm saying who would be good because they white. I'm not saying it because they white, but like Post and Jelly Roll. But I think they have a broader audience.
For you to have said that Kendrick could have had like another piece, another person. For you to have said Kendrick could have had another person or another piece.
Yeah.
I mean, the other person could have been Future because they had that song together.
Yeah.
But that ties into.
You know who he should have brought up on there?
Talk to me.
One of his buddies, Taylor Swift, did a remix to one of the songs. He brought Taylor Swift on there. Would have been a rap. But he didn't want to go that route. He wanted to go on a political piece of art he wanted to put out there, which it was. Yeah. It was art what he did, right?
And everyone booed the mess out of
and me personally, I enjoyed it. I loved it. But it's the Super Bowl. This is like Americana, and I understand he's doing this because it being Americana. You understand? I get the whole message, right? I get it 100%. But this is the Super Bowl, and also by this going on like that, and there being a seesaw of how it was. Because I'm not only seeing like old white people like, oh, that sucked. Like I'm seeing people of all races saying this shit sucked. I'm seeing plenty of freaking Hispanics, blacks, Asians that are like, yo, man, this shit was trash. This is the Super Bowl. This is the wrong place for that. You know, I've seen a few people talking Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think
I
about
thought he
it?
did.
Bad Bunny?
I thought he did one already.
I think he was brought up with J Lo. See, that's the thing. In the past, you hear these other names we're talking: J Lo, Beyonce. I think we had Aerosmith once, right? Justin Timberlake. These are major popular artists that they're in households. You know what I mean? Grandma knows their stuff. You know what I mean? Grandma may know, not like us though, because it was just bashing us in the head everywhere we go. You know? You said Bone Thugs. Chris Brown would be great for the Super Bowl.
They can't do that either with him though.
That's done now. That
Yeah,
from the
that's
past.
cooked because he has this case going on.
Oh, you got some new stuff going on.
Yeah, and he already had and he had an
an
issue with Rihanna, who already did a performance on the bowl.
The Weeknd, I don't know.
That happened already.
No,
the Weeknd happened already.
He
was a halftime show. It was the Pepsi halftime show.
Really?
Yep.
Bruno Mars did it, right?
And the Weeknd had a Super Bowl halftime show, and
the Weeknd was good too. The Weeknd killed it. I remember now. Like, he really did a great job.
Someone else said the same thing. Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll, I'm telling you,
he's on fire. I said Jelly Roll. He's on fire right now, man.
On fire right now. Now
look, he was just on SNL some months ago.
Maybe Jay-Z lining Kendrick up for next year. You have Drake come on there and just body it. See, Drake, I think Drake would be more appropriate for like more fans understanding more. You know what I mean?
So that's the funny thing about that. If Lil Wayne, watch this, you're gonna love this.
Go.
I'm not wearing a tinfoil condom, and I'm not wearing a tinfoil hat. If Lil Wayne got chopped in his own city of Louisiana, New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
Cash Money is now old money. Okay. So if he got chopped, you see how if you take out a ball of yarn, it's all connected. Drake, he was a Young Money. So if they chop a Lil Wayne, who was somebody before this man Drake, in his own city, ain't no way in hell Drake is going to be picked or a candidate for any Super Bowl, even if it's the next one. Not even for the UFL, which is in March. Like, it's just not. It's when you're in bed with somebody, it's just what it is. Jay-Z orchestrated this event. Sorry, not this event. Sorry, this placement.
Yeah,
it wasn't Kendrick. Yeah, like he was the man behind the controllers. Mm-hmm. You know, he was, not to say this man's name out of disgust, but he was the Vince, not Roger Goodall. JC was the Vince. But that's
the whole thing. Look, the whole thing, not to cut you off, because I want to move back to sneakers in a second, because I got to go in a little bit. The whole thing is, right, people are saying Lil Wayne can't perform like he used to, but they could play the music over his where is
that coming from?
I don't know. He even looked different. He looked like a Cabbage Patch Kid, like, right? His face got all kind of fat, chubby, looked like a Cabbage Patch Kid. I'm beginning to think they cloned his ass, man. I'm just kidding.
I don't know where is this stuff coming from.
But Lil Wayne, this would have been awesome if Lil Wayne performed. He would have sounded just fine, guys. He would have been able to work on it. He would have been great, in my opinion. And we could have gotten that Cash Money reunion. All right, everyone's around. BG's back. It would have been incredible. And
I mean, it definitely would have been a slap in the face of Drake.
But also, Jay-Z is one of them kind of guys, Mr. Carter and all this stuff.
He petty.
He probably don't even like hearing that crap. You know what I mean? The Carter, I'm freaking Sean. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna give him this spotlight. You know how people are in this game. They're always trying to cut people up. You guys know what I'm saying, though. He's got a little chubby on the face. He looked like Cabbage Patch Kid a little bit in the face, man. Like, I don't know how he looked recently, but when I seen him in WWE, like when he came out on WrestleMania and everything, but yeah, man. Stash is live on sneakers. Stash on sneakers.
Mark my words, Jelly Roll halftime show next year.
Okay,
Mark
I
my
want
words.
to entertain this one more thing because I seen Big Frano. I don't know where you are. You don't have a badge. It's so hard to find people when they don't have a badge. Oh, there you are.
If
Okay.
I could squeeze, if I could squeeze
So
one thing in, yeah.
wait a minute, real quick. So
Mhm.
he says somewhere, Metallica, since it's their hometown. What do you think about Metallica performing at the Super Bowl?
I mean, it's long overdue.
Yeah, I think so too. And
It's
everyone
long
knows
overdue.
Metallica song. They
Who
play the
doesn't know?
song.
You know,
Even if you think you don't know Metallica songs, you do. You know at least 4 to 5 of them because they play at every basketball game, football game. For Whom the Bell Tolls plays at a lot of basketball games.
plays in
Every
WWE with
Sandman
Triple
plays
H.
everywhere. Wait, say that again?
It plays in some of his songs back then. One of their
Yeah.
songs was a WWE song for Triple H
Uh,
before it was Motorhead.
yeah. Yeah. I think they're in San Francisco. I think that they need to perform. They're the
and
biggest
they
band
and
ever.
their message deliverers also. If you know, you
Yeah.
know. Their
Yeah.
message deliverers also.
And I did a video on this on Dell's Reacts, my other YouTube channel, Dell's Reacts, and I will say go check out that channel, and I speak more on it. It's in a short video, but I will say this, guys, if y'all want Metallica to perform at the Super Bowl, y'all got to start freaking talking about it more. You know what I mean? On social, like, it really needs to start becoming a trending thing. So let's start talking about it. I'm a big fan of Metallica, so I'm kind of like a mark I am a mark when it comes to Metallica. You know what I
We
mean?
haven't had a band in halftime show in so long. A band.
That's what I'm saying, and it would be so killer. And they are capable of bringing guests on. If I don't know if you caught Metallica with Lady Gaga, but it was absolutely incredible. It was so cool to see Metallica with Lady Gaga. So like they can like do that. They could bring a freaking Beyonce on stage with effing Metallica and blow the freaking place up. You know what I mean? Like not literally, but you know what I'm saying. But like, nowadays this world is crazy. But you know what I mean? God forbid. But we live in a scary
It's so
world.
sad. It's so sad. You got to
It's
watch
so
it to say
sad that
that.
I have to like say that, like just like clarify that. But we have to. So like I would love to see Metallica at the Super Bowl. And as I said, I posted something on my Instagram. If you're not following my Instagram, it's right there under Ty Wood's chin, kind of my Instagram. Follow that, and I post a lot of reels, and I do go live there a lot too. I had a major musician. This is not a small time musician. This is a legend. Tell me, do we really need Metallica? I was like, wow.